reckon?
Now's as good a time as ever.
All right, let's do it.
You do the talking.
Hey, there's your change.
Luke, what is this? Did you just sell cigarettes to that girl?
So?
Oh, she's a school kid in case you hadn't noticed. Did you ask her for ID?
Look, I'm a busy man. I have customers to serve. I can't interrogate everyone that comes in through that door.
It's Tiffany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tiffany is a member of the Jack Lawson fan club. And I seem to remember that you're 17 years of age, is that right?
Yeah. Well,
Well, look, why aren't you out catching criminals? This is a joke.
Mr. Malouf, this is a $100 penalty notice. Payment instructions are at the bottom of the page.
I'm not paying this. Right. I want to talk to your superiors about this. Mariana, look after the shop, will you? I'm going to the police station.
I'll get her. Tiffany! Tiffany! Tiffany?
Smoking a beer is a pretty stupid thing to die for.
What are you people trying to do? Put me out of business?
Calm down, Mr. Malouf.
You've been harassing me over this for weeks now.
Mr. Malouf, we were just administering the law. You cannot sell tobacco products to a minor.
No, this is harassment. It's always the milk bars, isn't it?
No, it's not. We're keeping an eye on all outlets, newsagents, milk bars. Most of the traders in town are actually trying to clean up their act. Look, it's a council initiative and the police are doing their best.
The council. I might have get sticking their noses in.
All they're trying to do is protect the kids.
Oh, yeah, a mob of hypocrites. Mob of hypocrites. Your mate down at the pub, Chris Riley, she's one of them,
This is not about Councillor Riley, Mr. Malouf. It's about you, and this isn't the first time. Just think yourself lucky it's not more than a penalty notice. What's Tiffany Lewis doing here?
Oh, she tried to do a runner.
What, for buying cigarettes?
I mean, not that she had to. She hasn't actually committed an offence.
Well, it's the same old bind. It's the seller who's breaking the law. Did you call her parent?
Now, Terry Lewis is out of town and Mum's at work, but her grandmother was home.
Audrey Roper?
Audrey Roper. Yeah, that's her.
Audrey Roper's in town?
Yeah, she's coming
Do you
down.
know who Audrey Roper is?
No, should I?
She is the biggest... Well, she was the biggest star of her era. She was...
Oh, it must have been before my time.
It wasn't that long ago. I saw her once in this play, Sweet Bird of Youth. She was fabulous. She looked just like she did on telly.
You sound like quite a fan.
Oh, well, you know, an admirer, yes. It wasn't until years afterwards I found out that Julie was her daughter. And so she's coming down here.
Yeah, she is.
Gee, I better have a talk with the girl, read her the riot act,
Do you think that she's going to actually listen to you, boss? I don't think that I would have at her age.
Are you saying that she might listen to you, but that she wouldn't listen to an old fogey like me?
No, I mean, not that you're that old. It's just, someone needs to deal with Audrey Roper.
I'm not hooked. I can give up any time.
Great, then give up while you can, while it's easy. Besides, it's not very cool. At least I don't think so anyway.
What do you know? Bet you don't smoke.
No, I don't.
So you don't really know what it's like.
Oh, I think I know a little bit about addiction.
Go on. Try one. You can butt one of mine.
I smoked for a little while when I was your age.
Why'd you quit?
Because of a boy. I thought that I was being particularly cool one night and I went out with this guy in his brother's car and we parked. And he wouldn't kiss me.
So did he kiss you once you gave up?
Yep. You got your eye on anyone at the moment?
Not really.
It's not what I heard. I heard you kind of had a bit of a thing for Jack.
That was my friends, you know. We're just teasing him, having a bit of fun.
Uh-huh.
No, he's cute, but he's a bit old.
Where is she?
Damn. It's my grandmother.
I cannot believe it.
Mrs. Lewis, is it?
Roper, dear. Audrey Roper.
Right,
Gran,
yeah. Well, if you
don't.
can just wait here
Look,
for
let me
us
deal
then.
with this, Mum. Julie, dear, go back to work. Let me handle this.
I'm sorry, you can't come in here. Sorry.
Can I help you, Mrs. Roper?
No, thank you, young man. I just need to talk some sense into my granddaughter.
This has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me.
Oh, look, you'll have to excuse my mother, Tom.
You don't need to make excuses for me, Julie.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing to excuse.
So, who's in charge here?
That would be me, Senior Sergeant Tom Croydon.
Ah, yes. One can always tell a man of authority. Well, Tom, I hope you're going to throw the book at my granddaughter here because she deserves it. Wouldn't you say so, Miss Tiffany?
Yes, Gran.
I'm afraid there's nothing we can actually charge her with, Mrs. Roper, but we were hoping a good talking to might not go amiss.
I'm more than qualified to lecture her, Tom, but I'm sure that you and I between us can work out some fitting punishment. Can we discuss this in your office? In here, is it? As you may have gathered, Tom, I hate smoking with a passion.
Yes, I gathered that, Mrs. Roper.
No, Audrey, please. I loathe and detest it. In spite of the fact I spent half my career waving a fag around like Bette Davis.
Would you like a seat?
No, I think better on my feet, thanks all the same. Oh, nice-looking girl. Lovely natural light, too. Your daughter?
Yes.
Now, where was I? Were you ever a smoker, Tom?
I never developed the habit.
Oh, you're lucky. It was hard to get away from it in theatre and film, I can tell you. But having reformed, I see it as my mission to save as many people as I can from the clutches of the tobacco drug lords.
Oh, they're hardly drug lords, Mrs. Audrey.
Don't be naive, Tom. The only difference between them and pushers is that the cigarette industry is sanctioned by the government. They target our young people, and they're the ones we have to protect.
Well, that's why there's an age limit for selling them cigarettes.
Which isn't working.
We do our best.
Well, I know you do, but finding the sellers, it's not good enough, Tom. It needs something a damn sight stronger than that.
Well, what do you suggest I do? I put your granddaughter in jail? It can't be done, I'm afraid.
Oh, you could think of something. Community service, something like that.
Well, she's the innocent party in the eyes of the law.
Oh, the laws are inadequate and we'll have to change them.
That's not quite as simple as that.
Of course it is, Tom. If you don't like something, change it. Now, as enjoyable as this chat is, I can't afford to dilly-dally. I have to put the fear of God into that granddaughter of mine. Should be quite a performance.
Yeah, speaking of performances,
Yes?
look, I don't usually keep this sort of thing, but I was wondering if, well, if you'd mind signing a theatre program. I mean, I haven't got it here with me, but, you know,
Tom.
perhaps later in the week.
You sweet man. Oh, look, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. I'll drop in and sign the program if you'll let me know where I can get a decent meal in this town.
She can be a bit overwhelming at times. Well, it was difficult for her. You know, there she was, a big star, and then about 10 years ago, her agent stopped returning her calls. At least this anti-smoking crusade keeps her busy.
And she's just up for a visit.
Oh, well, Terry's away at another conference, and Mum, well, she came up to help look after Tiffany. Well, Tiff worships her. But now she tells me she intends to stay. For a while, anyway.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Tiffany.
I haven't seen you around for a while.
Well, yeah, I've been very busy at work.
You should come give another talk at school.
After the last one, I don't think they'll send me. I think they'll send somebody else.
Heard you broke up with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I should tell her in Chelsea. They'll be down here in a flash.
Look.
No, only joking.
So what are you doing down here anyway?
I got sprung buying cigarettes.
All right, Miss Tiffany. Senior Sergeant Croydon and I have discussed putting you into a detention centre. But since his hands are tied, we better get you back home where we can keep an eye on you. Oh, by the way, Maggie, is it?
Yes.
Tom said you had to talk to Tiffany. Thanks for that. Thank you all. It's been a delight. Julie?
What an actress. Quite a woman, too.
Yeah, look, I think I remember her. She was on the box, on that show, Lighting Ridge.
Hey, no, I think my mum used to watch that. Now, apparently it wasn't even in colour.
Hi, Tom. Tom. Don't hover, darling. Sit down and keep me company. Girls are late. Julie never had much sense of time. Tiffany takes after her, I'm afraid.
I brought that theatre program for you to sign.
Tennessee Williams is so kind to we more mature actresses. Still, from a sweet bird to an old chook isn't that easy to accept.
Now, what can I get you?
I'll take one of these for starters.
Oh, all right. Tom, can I get you anything?
Oh, no, not just at the moment, thanks.
There you go.
Well, look, I'll come back later when you're not so busy.
Oh, Chris, dear, is there any way to move the smokers to the far side? It's drifting in here. Passive smoking, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
Even better if the entire pub were non-smoking. I think everyone would be much happier.
Except my accountant.
Whose role makes a difference. It's very flattering. I'm not sure it's true, though.
Oh, I think you know it is, Tom. You may not get the applause or the ratings even, but you know you make a difference.
Well, I'm sure that's true of you too, Mrs. Audrey. I mean, you must have given pleasure to thousands of people with Lightning Ridge.
Soap opera. Did it change anyone's life? I seriously doubt it. The truth is, acting is somewhat a shallow and self-centered profession compared to what you do.
I'm not sure that I'd like that kind of attention.
Wouldn't you, Tom? Wouldn't you like everyone just wants to know who Tom Croydon is? What it is you do and stand for.
Well, it's nice to be appreciated.
Exactly. Even better when you've done something worthy of all the attention. Ah, my two biggest fans.
Well, what about that cigarette machine out in your lobby?
What about it?
I mean, anyone can use it, okay? I mean, you wouldn't know. The machines don't ask the kids for their IDs, do they?
All right.
She's a bloody hypocrite. Playing holier than thou on the council. Trying to put me out of business.
Nobody is trying to do anything of the kind.
You're a great one for talking about protecting kids, aren't you? I mean, I wonder how many underage drinkers are in here.
Oh, come on, give it a rest, Joseph.
Well, I'm not the only one that sells cigarettes to kids.
Yeah, all right, you've made your point now. Would you like to leave it at that?
I do not need to justify myself to you or to anyone, but I do not sell cigarettes to children.
He's right. A child could go around the corner and buy cigarettes from the cigarette machine and we'd all be none the wiser.
That's right, they do it all the time.
There is a sign on the machine that says you have to be 18 years or over.
And that one little sign absolves you of all
Yeah,
responsibility.
what happens if the kids ignore the sign?
Look, let's not get into a big debate about this now. Why don't we just leave it until tomorrow when everybody's calmed down a bit?
You can't sweep this under the carpet, Tom.
I'm not sweeping anything under the carpet. All I'm saying is that this isn't the time or the place.
Well, that's typical, isn't it? The cops and the council, always sticking together. Excuse me.
Good on you, Joseph. Give him hell.
Think it's funny, do you? Man your age, think you'd have more sense.
Give him rest, love.
Pardon me, but your smoke was getting in my eyes.
Hi, Jack.
Hey,
I was just going to,
just gonna buy some cigarettes.
Yeah, look, don't dub me in, okay?
Oh, no. The law's on your side here, actually. It's not illegal for you to buy them as long as there's a sign on the machine. It's pretty dumb, hey?
Yeah. Look, you know they finished because I'm in kind of a hurry.
Yeah, all right, come.
Excuse. I'm coming down gradually. It's my last pack.
And give me one good reason why I shouldn't go in there and tell your gran.
Because you're a really nice guy. See you, Jack.
Ain't nothing to do with me, mate. I'm just stocking the machine, that's all.
Maggie. Maggie. I just found Tiffany Lewis buying cigarettes from a cigarette machine out there.
All right, so my little chat didn't work.
Apparently not. I've got an essay to write, and I was wondering
If I could dob her in. Leave it to me.
Tiffany Lewis.
Apparently.
God, that's all I need.
Sorry?
It's just that I'm missing some stock I can't account for, so I suppose this means that I'm going to be up for a penalty notice as well, does it?
It all depends. Joe Maloof was given one today.
Joe Maloof. Maybe he's right, you know. Maybe I am a hypocrite, because I obviously can't watch who's buying cigarettes from that machine.
Well, why don't you just get rid of it?
I can't. It's a service. You know, people come for a night out in the pub. They want to be able to smoke. Besides, if I made the place smoke-free, I'd lose half my customers.
What are you actually missing?
Hello, Maggie. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say that was a lovely meal, Chris.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you. You're not staying for dessert?
Resisting the temptation. I'm going to take a brisk walk home and enjoy the country air instead. If I had my way, young man, you'd be out of a job.
Thanks, Ella.
Nothing against you personally.
It took me years to get this job. A man's got to work.
Not if it endangers young lives.
Don't preach, lady. You want to protect kids, keep them out of the park.
Hi. How's it going?
Yeah, we're just waiting on dessert. Would you like to join us?
Oh, I'd love to, thank you. I just saw your gran out in the lobby by the cigarette machine.
Yeah?
She was making a comment that Chris could get in a lot of trouble if she was caught selling to kids.
Yes, well, at least that won't be you, darling, will it? Not after today.
No, Mum.
I'm glad to hear it. Very glad indeed.
Well, there's a man in a hurry.
What sort of place are you running here?
What are you talking about?
My car's what I'm talking about. Oh, fat lot of good it does having a pub full of coppers. They're all in here boozing, while someone's out there hooning around in my car.
Your car's been stolen.
Oh, bugger the car. I don't care about that. What I care about is the 7 grand's worth of cigarettes in the back.
I'm onto it, boss.
130 cartons, 8 packs a carton, 20 smokes a pack, different price each unit, but we're talking retail of 7,200 and something. Oh, plus a few extra cartons for the new promotion.
New promotion?
These, they'll be on the market in 2 or 3 months. They aren't for sale yet. I was going to use them for a display in St David's.
Oh, and where'd you get these from?
I had them in me pocket.
It's lucky.
What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I'm the victim here.
Yeah, no, that is very true, Mr. Talman, but you've got to understand it does look a bit sus. I mean, you've got all these valuable cigarettes in the car and you don't need to lock it up.
It's usually safe enough in the Imperial's yard. I mean, it was going backwards and forwards. It couldn't have been gone for more than a couple of minutes at a time.
And you left the keys in the ignition.
All right, I'll admit that wasn't the smartest thing in the world to do.
Right, and are you sure you're gone for a couple of minutes only?
I said I was sure.
Have you contacted your employers yet?
Not yet.
Acting Sergeant Stewart did recommend that you contact them last night after you made the report, didn't he?
Well, I was hoping you might have found the car by now and I wouldn't have to.
Might be a good idea to give him a call.
It took me years to get this job. I don't want to blow it.
Well? Sounds a bit on the nose to me.
Oh, I think it's a dead giveaway that he hasn't contacted the tobacco company about his stolen car yet.
Why not? He doesn't want to lose his job. He's hiding something.
Like what?
About $7,000 worth of cigarettes.
It'd be worthwhile checking him out.
Boss? Yeah, OK, we'll let him know. OK, bye-bye. It sounds like some of our stolen cigarettes have surfaced at the high school.
6 of them were caught smoking in the toilets. Said Tiffany Lewis gave them the cigarettes. She didn't deny it.
Sorry.
Where'd you get these?
I bought them.
What, Mount Thomas? Can I have a look in your locker, Tiffany?
Look, I'm not condoning it, really, but I do think it's unnecessary to treat my daughter like a criminal just because of a filthy habit.
Look, Mrs. Lewis, all we want Tiffany to do is to tell us where she got these from.
I got them down in Melbourne when we went to pick up Gran last week.
What, you bought these from a shop?
Yes.
Okay, which one?
I can't remember.
Tiffany, you couldn't have bought these. They're not for sale yet. The only place that she could have got them is from the back of Mr. Tolman's car.
Oh, now surely you don't think that Tiffany's responsible for this car theft? I mean, well, for one thing, she can't drive properly yet. She hasn't even got a licence.
Well, neither have most joyriders.
Joyriders? Oh, what are you saying?
Mrs. Lewis, the fact remains that these cigarettes came from a stolen car, so where did Tiffany get them from?
Look, I don't know anything about this stolen car, OK? I bought the smokes from a guy at school.
Just let him go.
Okay.
Come on, Jason. Come on.
Okay, just stand back, Jason.
I want him arrested, OK? I'm going to sue you for assault, you old coot.
No, you
Just
wouldn't
stand
be
back,
Daryl Gillespie
all right?
by any chance, would you?
Yeah, why?
Daryl. Well, Daryl, we're about to see you. I hear you're in the cigarette
Where'd you get
business
these
now.
from?
Yeah, he was selling them. OK, he was selling them here on the pavement to his mates. That's bull.
Hey,
All right, Joseph. Now, well, what's the problem? Was he cut into your business, is he, Joseph?
Just check his bag, OK? Check his
Hey,
bag.
hey.
Right, just
Show
settle
that he has-
down.
My own personal use.
You must be a real addict, Daryl.
That's right, 30 a day. Even ask my mum.
Oh, don't worry, we will.
Smoking? First I knew about it.
Oh, yeah, Daryl's a 30 a day man, isn't that right, Daz? In fact, he set himself up in the retail business. Now, Daryl, where did you get the cigarettes? Did they happen to fall off the back of a car?
Don't know what you mean.
And what he means is that a load of cigarettes like the ones you were selling went missing last night. They were stolen, along with the car that they were in.
I didn't steal no car. I only just got my learner's permit.
All right, so where'd you get the smokes from?
Found them.
Where?
Can't remember.
Daryl, this is serious. You could be in real trouble.
Do you want me to help you out here, Detective Hasham?
Be my guest.
Tell him where you got the smokes.
I found them.
Yeah, where? Mrs. Gillespie, it's all right, we'll handle it. Thanks.
The park.
What? You're in the park. You're on the slippery slide, the seesaw. All of a sudden, you're wandering around, you find these cigarettes. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Something like that. The car was just sitting there.
When was this?
Last night.
Which park?
One up near the quarry. What was I supposed to do? The car was just sitting there. Any chance of finders keepers?
Yeah, OK, Mrs. Lewis, we'll look out for her, but,
Boss, Daryl
we
does
can't
not
actually do a
strike
full
me as a
search
car
right now.
thief.
He's an entrepreneur. He was selling smokes for $8 a pack.
Yeah, because of the crackdown, he's finding it hard to get cigarettes lately, so...
Yeah, so young Daryl's done very well for himself this morning.
I'm sure he'll go far. McKinley, go and let Mr. Tallman know that we found his car. Stewart and Lawson, go up to the quarry and bring it back.
Yeah, right. Boss, that was Mrs. Lewis on the phone. Apparently her and her mother had words about Tiffany and the smokes. And then Audrey stormed off pretty fired up.
Well, from what I've seen of Audrey, she can take care of herself. Keep an eye out for her anyway.
Boss, that was the commercial. They're missing about half a dozen bottles of scotch.
Chris Riley's been on my back all morning about some missing vodka as well.
Yes, well, the railway and the steam packet called too. Seems like every pub in town is missing a few bottles.
Yeah, boss, we got some bad news. There's no car out here. There's some tyre tracks and someone's dropped a carton of cigarettes, but the car's long gone. Oh, the good news is we found Audrey Roper out here on our way up and she's fine.
I don't know what you're all so worried about.
We had a sighting of your car. We know where it was last night, but unfortunately...
You lost
it's
it.
gone.
You found my car, now it's gone.
No, we didn't lose it. Whoever stole it has moved it, or else it's
been stolen twice. You people are unbelievable.
Audrey, you all right?
I wish everyone would stop making a fuss, Tom. It was very nice of these young constables to give me a lift, but I was more than capable of walking.
I'm sure you will. Why don't you take a seat in my office? McKinley, could you get Audrey a cup of tea, please?
Hey, what about my car?
We'll get to your car, Mr. Tolman.
Oh, first things first. Hey, we'll look after the old lady, then we'll get down to the business of solving crimes.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that, and you're going to leave the station right now.
Mr. Tallman, we'll let you know if there's any developments. Am I right in saying that you're staying at the Imperial? I'll show you around.
Mum, are you OK?
I'm perfectly all right, darling. Don't fuss. Just lost my temper and needed to calm down, that's all.
Mrs. Roper.
Thank you, dear.
Well, you know, I've got to get back to work. I'm sorry about this, Tom.
You don't have to apologise on my behalf, Julie. I was just having a walk. I'll finish my tea and then we'll go home.
Julie, if you want to get back to work, I don't mind giving Audrey a little time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, dear. I'm not completely helpless. Not yet.
You are the last person I would ever describe as being helpless.
We all get old, Maggie. Old and broken down.
Make it sound like you're an old car. I don't think you're quite ready for the scrap heap just yet.
Perhaps not. Not sure Julie would agree with you.
Well, she's worried about you. Aren't daughters allowed to worry about their mothers?
It's a funny thing about mothers and daughters, Maggie. At some point, you change roles. Now Julie's the one who's acting like the overprotective mother. All that fuss. Calling the station because I'd gone out for a walk. You're probably the same with your own mother.
Oh, my mum died a few years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that, dear.
Are you all right?
A bit short of breath. Perhaps I did overdo the walk today.
You should take it easy, I think.
I never take anything easy, Maggie. Life's too short for that.
Audrey, last night when you went for a walk, you didn't happen to notice a white falcon at all?
I don't believe so, no.
Oh. Oh, it's just that it belongs to the representative of that cigarette company. Went missing from the Imperial last night.
Oh, dear.
You do understand why I have to ask?
Of course I do, dear. Only wish I could help. Thanks for bringing me home, Maggie.
It's a pleasure.
Very kind of you.
Bye-bye.
Why on earth would Audrey steal the car?
Well, it's pretty clear how she feels about smoking.
In the past few years, she's been involved in public demonstrations in Melbourne, and enough people remember her to get the protest on the news.
I hardly think she'd go this far.
Boss, Audrey Roper's just gone berserk.
Do you realise that cigarettes are poisoning our children? It's a health
Admire, at least she's prepared to stand up for her principles. She must come straight back down here after I talked to her.
Tobacco drug lords. Hello, Tom. Hello, Maggie. Sorry to drag you away from the office, but I was hoping it would be the media. Still, it's always nice to see the local constabulary.
What do you think you're doing, Audrey?
Nothing. Buying cigarettes. It's my right to choose, isn't it? I'm choosing to buy them, then I choose to destroy them. Not breaking the law, am I?
Well, we could charge you with littering, but that's not the point of this, is it?
No. I'm afraid you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, Tom.
This pack is not from the machine.
Isn't it?
No.
What's going on?
I think Audrey's trying to tell us who stole Steve Tolman's car.
Absolutely, Maggie.
Why don't you just tell us where the car is and we can sort this out as quickly as possible?
I want to go public. I'm afraid you're going to have to arrest me. I walked out of the pub and there it was. Doors unlocked, keys in the ignition. Was crying out to be stolen.
Why commit a criminal offence? Oh, if the papers get hold of it...
Tom, you're missing the point. I want the media to run this story. It might help to highlight the issue of children buying cigarettes from cigarette machines.
Is it worth being charged over?
Well, lock me up if you must. I don't care. I'm living on borrowed time anyway.
What?
I've got cancer. A few months at best.
I'm sorry.
All those cigarettes caught up with me in the end. So you see, I've really got nothing to lose. Don't be sad about it, dear. There's no reason for you to be.
So why the stunt at the pub?
Just trying to generate some publicity. Once upon a time, my being involved would have been enough to attract the reporters, but now the media will only turn out if there's some sort of stunt involved. Have to give them something visual for the evening news broadcast.
So last night you took the car up to the old quarry?
I moved it this morning, when I knew that someone had discovered it and was selling the cigarettes. It was quite a hike.
Where to?
Somewhere much more secure. I'll take you to it, if you like.
I think you'd better. Unfortunately, we are going to have to charge you.
Of course.
She reminds me of my mum. It's silly. I mean, she's not really anything like her. It's just that...
She had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, Audrey seems to have come to terms with that one, eh?
Doesn't she?
Why don't you just tell us where the car is? Show us on the map and we'll go and pick it up.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not very good at maps, Tom. Be quicker if I took you. In fact, I insist.
Take you home if you like.
Oh, that's nice of you, Maggie.
Take Lawson with you.
Why not? There's plenty of room in my car.
You can go in a patrol car.
Oh, no, I get terribly car sick if I'm not driving. Wouldn't want to lose my morning tea. Of course, I'd be happy to take a patrol car as long as I can drive.
I don't think so.
All right, Maggie, shall we go?
I'll just get my jacket.
Oh, for God's sake. Maggie, now you know I never have mayo on my sandwich because every time I have mayo on my sandwich, I spill it everywhere. What's up?
Audrey Roper has cancer. She's dying.
Well, we all have to die of something, you know that. God, anyway, the old bag's had a great life. She's travelled the world. She's lived her life to the fullest.
Is this a speech about it's not how you die, but how you live?
Yeah, that's the one. Come along, young Jack. Don't dawdle.
Oh, Mum, let me go.
I want to speak to that detective, Mr. Hasham. He's at it again.
Ah, what is it this time, Daryl?
Oh, not only is he selling cigarettes, but now I find bottles of alcohol under his bed.
I found it.
Where this time, Daryl?
Same place.
Same. Well, why didn't you tell us this when you were in here last time?
You didn't ask me. You wanted to know about the smokes, and I told you.
Right, so let me get this straight. You were selling cigarettes and grog, both of which you found in the car at the quarry.
Got it in one.
So how many bottles were there?
About a dozen.
Ah, what? There's only 2 left? I hope you haven't got a drinking problem, Daryl.
Never touch the stuff.
So how'd you get all this stuff back from the quarry?
Had to carry a carton of it back last night. And about 7 or 8 cartons of smokes. My bloody arms were killing me. What'd you do that for? I'm telling the truth.
Don't swear.
Well, where are the cigarettes and alcohol now, Daryl?
Sold most of it. Cleaned up, I did.
Well, I hope you kept all your money, Daryl, because we'll need to get that back off you.
Why?
Because, my friend, none of that stuff was yours to sell in the first place.
I just wanted to get some money to buy Mum a birthday present. You know, something special.
Well, I hope you're not selling anything else that you shouldn't be selling.
Nah, just smokes and grog. Stick with the big sellers, I reckon.
Boss, I thought you might like to know. The check I did on Steve Tellman this morning didn't turn up anything. So, I played with the spelling a little bit.
Look what came up under the name Tall Man, not Tellman. Same date of birth.
Drink driving, cancelled licence. Looks like Mr. Tallman's got a bit of a drinking problem.
All right. I help myself to the odd bottle. It's just a few here and there. I mean, sometimes a bloke gets left alone in a bottle, and it gets tempting. You know, no, the car hadn't have been stolen. No one would have even noticed them missing.
Well, no matter how petty, it's still theft, Mr. Tallman.
Still, it's just a few bottles. I mean, it doesn't really hurt anybody, does it?
Oh, well, not like drinking, you mean? Or driving when you're drunk, or driving without a licence.
All right. I'll take the rap on this. I was in the wrong, but, is there any way we can do this without letting the company know?
I'm not even going to grace that with an answer, Mr. Tallman.
This would have to be the worst day of my life.
Oh, no. There is some good news. We found your car.
Not that that makes much difference now.
Senior Constable Doyle should be back with it within the hour.
This feels a bit strange. Like it's pulling to one side. Perhaps it's the tyres. Would you mind taking a look?
Sure.
In my day, it would have been the gentleman that would have checked the tyres.
Maggie knows what she's doing.
Still, I'm sure she wouldn't know more about cars than you.
I'll just have a quick squiz.
Tyres are fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here's a look.
Jam! You've got to stay in the car. 208 to Mount Thomas Station.
I'm beginning to curse the day that Audrey Roper walked into this station.
Yeah, well, still, there is a funny side
No,
to
there
it.
isn't. She's making us look like the Keystone Cops. Now, get out there and pick up those 2 dills and try and find Audrey before she pulls another one of her
Yes,
stunts. And ask PJ to talk to the Lewises.
All right.
See if they know anything.
Will do.
So she didn't give you any idea where she might have hidden the car?
No.
Well, I suppose someone in your grandmother's state of mind, well, she probably feels as if you've got nothing to lose.
What does that mean, nothing to lose? Mum?
Sweetie, Gran has cancer.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, she didn't want me to, Tiff.
I had a right to know.
God, I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry, Tiff. I should have told you.
Not a trace. She's vanished into thin air.
Sorry, boss.
What the hell's she up to?
Oh, some big stunt, I reckon. You know that demonstration she organised in Melbourne last year? It held up traffic all day.
So what's she planning for Mount Thomas, I wonder?
I don't know, but this time last year she didn't know she had cancer.
Boss, she's on the phone.
Audrey, where are you? What? Now, come on, don't be silly. Now, you know that's impossible. Now don't hang up. She's on a mobile up at Sinclair's Leap. Unless Mount Thomas gets rid of all its cigarette machines, she's going to kill herself.
Oh, now what?
She's on a mobile. She's talking to.
Hello, Mount Thomas Police? Yes, Audrey.
Just a minute, PJ. Something's happening.
Yeah, I understand, but...
What's going on?
She just rang off.
Well, what did she say? She must have said something.
She said to tell PJ and Maggie to stay back, otherwise she's going over the edge whether her conditions are met or not.
Mount Thomas 50 to Mount Thomas Station.
Mount Thomas Station receiving.
What's the word on banning those cigarette machines?
You must be joking. It's not even worth thinking about. Look, how do you assess the situation? Do you really think she'll do it?
Boss, if I can talk to her, I might be able to get through to her.
just stay right back. I'll talk to the duty officer at St David's.
Well, I think she'll trust me.
I said to wait, Doyle.
Boss, if someone doesn't talk to her, and soon she's going to go over the edge.
Yeah, all right, but take it easy. Be really careful. Don't push her into anything. Mount Thomas Station back on channel. Mawson, come with me. You two look after the station.
Audrey, I want to talk to you.
Stay back, Maggie. Unless you've come to tell me there are no cigarette machines left in Mount Thomas. I see.
Audrey, no! Audrey, I just want to talk to you, that's all.
What's there to talk about? As I said, I've got nothing to lose. I'm gonna die anyway, so why not like this? Give the tobacco industry a shake-up, don't you think? Reduce their sales a bit?
Oh, I doubt it. They'll just write you up as another dotty old has-been and the kids will go on smoking.
Pretty exciting stuff, huh?
Nice try, Maggie. But you won't talk me out of this. I never could take direction.
Audrey, for once in your life, listen to someone. And I promise, I won't stop you if you decide that that's what you want to do. Audrey, do you really want to do this? What about Julie and Tiffany? How do you think they're going to feel seeing you die like this?
Bowing out like this is better than them seeing me slowly fall apart.
But it doesn't have to be like that.
At least this way I can go out with some dignity, standing up for what I believe in.
There's nothing.
Here we
There's
go.
nothing to see.
Here we go, here we go.
A real job.
Okay, what's happening, Tom? What's the latest?
I know, Tony. I've just got in myself. What is going on?
My mother died of cancer.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry that I never had the time to say goodbye properly. She slipped away so quickly at the end that neither of us had any time to come to terms with it. We never talked about it, the family never talked about it, and we still don't. Audrey, I would give anything for just one more minute with her. To say all the things that I never got to say to her. To tell her that I love her and help her through it. If you do this, you are robbing Julie and Tiffany of any of those moments that they can have with you before you die. I never got the chance to say goodbye properly, and I'll never have the chance again. Don't do this to them.
I never did believe the ending to Thelma and Louise. What a silly little film that was.
God for that.
Looks like no car over the cliff shop today, then, boys.
Just stay here.
What's the name? Disappointed, Jack. Disappointed, mate. Look at this. Get a shot of this Audrey Roper, right? Try and get Maggie in.
You had us a bit worried there for a minute.
Tom Croydon, you've got better things to do than worry about an old biddy like me.
Well, the media will be very disappointed. All these cameras and nothing to shoot.
Do you think so? Oh, dear. I must have left the handbrake off.
Audrey! Hey, 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 hey! Go, Tommy!
Tell me you were rolling, Scotty.
I don't give a damn about the car. You could lock the door and throw away the key as far as I'm concerned. If I've made only half a dozen people think twice about smoking, that's good enough for me.
Come on, Audrey, don't underestimate yourself. I'm sure you've influenced more than that.
Yeah, they're already promoting you on the news.
However, this is really a very serious matter. It's theft of a car, destruction of property.
So, where's my cell? I hope there's a television so I can watch myself on the news.
I think you can watch yourself at home. I'm sure you won't be skipping bail on us.
Thank you, Tom. I'm not so sure I should thank you, Maggie Doyle.
You did the right thing, Audrey.
We'll see.
Yeah, just one thing.
Yes?
Would you really have gone over that cliff?
Are you all right?
Never better, dear.
Why didn't you tell me about the cancer?
Oh, I didn't want to worry you, darling. After all, it's only death. Now, what's this I hear about you buying stolen cigarettes from some hooligan?
Hard work, but a great actress. So no cigarette machine in the lobby, I noticed.
No, I put it over there where I can keep an eye on it all of the time. There you go.
Listen, just for the record, you shouldn't have gotten into that car with Audrey today. What if she had gone over the edge and taken you with her?
Well, I don't think that she would have done that.
How do you know?
There's no.
Hey, boss, PJ, you're on the late news. Hey, Sam, can you turn it up? Turn it up.
Handsome pair of individuals.
You should have sent me out of there. I think
Off he goes! No! This must be the wrong channel. This is Chariots of Fire, I tell you. We see it again in slow motion. Come on.
Ever considered going in the stolen gift bus? Yeah.